What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss the reasons why Black people are the most hated people on the planet. And the possible reasons given are always five reasons. And these are the reasons. Number one, Black people are criminals. Number two, Black people are corrupt. Number three, Black people are lazy. Number four, Black people are stupid. And number five, Black people are dirty. Are these reasons true and valid? Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler. People, let us dissect this whole thing of why Black people are the most hated people on the planet. Firstly, a myth. Everything was, everything not was, everything is propaganda. Everything was programmed. People were brainwashed. It took years of conditioning for people to be for people to think that way of Black people. Right? So where did this all start? It all started during colonialism. And why did it start? Because of fear, because of a threat, a perceived threat to what the Black people could become if they were not curtailed. That's the honest truth. Right. So let's start. Are Black people lazy? Answer: no. If Black people were lazy, then how did African civilizations begin? Why did they stand the test of time? Why is African resilience and resistance still valid to this very day? Africans are not lazy. Africans have been involved in the production of some of the most iconic, world breaking, record breaking things. Africans have been at the forefront, even though most of the time their participation has been whitewashed to give white people credit. And that's the honest truth. There's no such a thing like Black people are lazy. Africa, America, Europe, Australia, all those were built on the backs of slaves. So if Black people were lazy, trust me, those places wouldn't exist because that was built on the sweat equity of Black people. Sorry. Secondly, Black people are dirty. People, when we look at the worst of the worst, the poorest of the poor, and then we judge everyone based on the poor of the poor, the worst of the worst. Is that fair? Sure. When we look at the white people, do we look at the poorest of the poor? No, we don't. We look at the richest of the rich. And we come to the conclusion the white people, all white people, most white people are rich. And that's not even the case. No one looks at white people from a poor angle, from a poverty standpoint. So why do we do that with Black people? Why is that the stereotype? Right? If Black people were dirty, like everyone would think, why then would they win best dressed, best style? I mean, do dirty people win such awards? No. So where does this narrative come from? Because you decide to go to the poorest of the poor to get the ones that don't have running water, and then you say these people are dirty. Why the craziness? Why the craziness? Number three, Black people are corrupt. Worldwide phenomenon. Name me one race that is not corrupt. Corruption happens everywhere. So why are Black people singled out? Why are Black people singled out? Corruption is not unique to one race. It's not unique to one demographic. It's not unique to one continent. But yeah, the world knows that Africa is full of corrupt leaders. Africa is full of corrupt people. So is Europe. So is America. So is Asia. But for some reason, Africa stands out. Maybe because Africa deals in, I don't know, big sums of money, huge sums of money. But when you convert those monies, they're not in the league of, they're not in the same league as which corrupt Americans deal in. Because when you convert kwachas, rands into dollars, it's minuscule. I mean, when Americans do deals to the tune of billions of dollars in corrupt business deals, but that constitutes millions, hundreds of millions of billions, that's money that African leaders can only dream of. And yet, when Africans do business to the tune of 4 billion, $4 billion, that is corrupt money, then it is seen as wow, what a lot of corruption. And yet, the military industrial complex of America does deals far more bigger than that, greater than that. And no one says a thing because it's white people or Western people. That's fine. That's fine. We'll accept it. Africa is the most corrupt continent on the planet. Black people are the most corrupt. We'll accept it, but we know the truth. The figures, the amounts that black people steal, um, funnel, siphon, don't even match in comparison to the behind doors, under the carpet dealings, underhanded tactics that go on behind the scenes with the military industrial complex in America. That's just one example. Big pharma in America. Let's don't even do it. These people deal with astronomical numbers. But for some reason, black Africans get the vote for the most corrupt. I don't understand how. Next, black people are criminals. Black people are criminals. Is there a race on this continent that does not have criminals? I'm trying to think. I mean, black people steal, so there's no white thieves. Can I give you an example? There's a well known rap artist in Canada by the name of Snow. Snow came out in an interview saying he and his family were like a den of thieves. He's not black. The guy that sang Informer, he is not black. He may have sounded black. A lot of people kind of thought he was black when they first heard the song, and then when they saw the video, it blew everyone away because he sounded black. But he's not black, he's white. He said before he got into the rap game, he was a thief. Criminal, right? Okay. So how do we come to the conclusion that blacks are criminals? Well, easy. You see, the westernized system is designed to keep white people in power. So therefore, according to them, there's almost no reason for white people to steal because the system is skewed in their favor. If you happen to be black and the system is skewed against you and leaves you with no option but to go and pickpocket, go and steal, yes, you are committing crime. You are a criminal. But if you are stealing for survival as compared to stealing just for the sake of stealing, then there's a mega difference. I mean, if a woman has to go into a shop and she steals lipstick, right? And then another woman goes into a shop and steals baby formula, who would you grant a pardon to? Whose story would you be sympathetic to? A woman who steals lipstick or a woman who steals baby formula to feed her baby. So, to say black people are criminals is unjust, it's unfair, and it's unwarranted. But to be fair and to be honest, black people earned the right to steal since they were excluded, subjugated to some of the worst, and continue to be subjugated and endure the worst kind of laws that any other race group could ever be put under. Policing in America, for example, is a huge issue. Black people are policed in America as if the entire black population are criminals. It doesn't matter how rich you are, it doesn't matter what you do as an American. You could be a property developer, but the mere fact that you are driving a Lamborghini Urus or a Lamborghini Aventador, already you 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 are deemed a criminal, a drug dealer of sorts. You are raising suspicions. How dare a black person drive such an expensive vehicle? How did he attain it? Where did he get it? I seen a video of a black man in a store trying to buy a gift for his wife, and the man was in a suit. But for some reason, a white police officer saw him as a potential threat to the white cashier or to the store, or actually the cashier or the store assistant, whatever you want to call the sales lady that's behind the register. She even said he is not posing any threat, but he still wouldn't let it go. The white lady told the police officer to leave the store, of which he then replied that he will wait for the gentleman outside of the store. What did that gentleman do wrong? And he was in a suit. I would have tried to understand if the man was in a hoodie with a ski mask and baggy jeans and baggy clothes. It would look suspicious. But the man was dressed in his Sunday best, a suit. And even that was a threat. How? Okay, so we said the myths, the rumors. Black people are lazy. Black people are stupid. Oh, stupid. If black people were stupid, why then would black people be at the forefront of some of the most iconic discoveries, inventions? I mean, that's not stupidity. Do you know how intelligent black people are? Well, let me give you an example, right? I watched a YouTube video of how slaves, remember, slaves, for those who think that black people are stupid, or for those who think black people were stupid, listen to this. This even blew my mind, right? Black slaves couldn't read and write. They were not allowed to read and write, right? What did they do? They decided they were going to communication using hairstyles. You see all the plaiting and all the braiding that you see and all that? That is what they used to use to communicate. I mean, now you would have never thought that. Neither did I. They would plan escape routes using hairstyles on people. They'd like plait a little girl, for example, mapping out the route to the escape. And that girl would be sent to go and give the gentleman like tea or whatever it is, and they would read the plattings on her head. Those were the maps. I mean, is that not genius? Now, if black people was that stupid, like the people who say black people are stupid, white people say black people are stupid, would stupid people come up with such an iconic, such an impressive way to communicate, to come up with a genius plan of a map through braiding hair? Did you ever think about that? I didn't even know about that. To me, that's genius. And that's far, far from stupidity. Trust me. The last one. We said stupidity, we said lazy, we said corrupt, we said dirty. What is the last one that black people are? What is the last one I can think of? Black people are black people are I don't know what's the most common. Black people. Those are the ones I can really think of. And all these things are just based on how people come up with the poorest of the poor. You judge that. You don't. People, it's heartbreaking when you judge an entire people just based on the demographic of a few poor. Now, just because you're poor doesn't mean you're stupid. And just because you cannot afford to bath doesn't mean that you're dirty. You are dirty because you don't have access to water. You are dirty because you can't get. There are reasons why people are dirty. There are reasons why people are seemingly stupid because they don't have access to certain things. There are people. There's even a reason. There are reasons why people are corrupt. There are reasons why people become criminals. All these things are reasons. In the modern day, we may say that there's absolutely no reason for people in certain positions to be doing certain things and a certain amount of money. So it comes down to greed. That is in every race. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not judge an entire race based on a certain small demographic. Because even those that live in shacks who have buckets of water, they still bathe, they still bath, they still use deodorant, they still spray. So if you do get a few, there are some people I know that even live in the suburbs. Even Meg G, South Africa's biggest podcaster, even he said he doesn't like to bath every day and he lives in the suburbs and he's kind of rich, right? And he doesn't even bath every day. So if you happen to pass Meg G and he didn't bath for a day or two and he happens to smell, are you now going to say like all black people smell? Is that a way to look at it? I don't think so. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. That's just like no one has ever been hated like how the black man has been hated. From America to Israel, from Israel to Australia, from Australia to South Africa, to Argentina, back to America. The black man is the most hated person on the planet. And the reasons for that hatred are very, very unjust. It's not right. It's not fair. And for some reason, white people have decided throughout history, since colonialism, that they are going to run with this narrative to this very day. And I say, it is not fair. It is not right. If the black people had to paint every white person as a racist, as an evil slave driver, I think white people wouldn't like it because they are very, very nice white people who are on the side of black people, who are on the side of justice. And it's only fair that we treat everybody according to merit, on merit. So if so and so smells, if so and so is corrupt, if so and so is lazy, if so and so is stupid, then call out so and so. But let's not paint everybody with the same brush. Because to be honest, it's not right, it's not fair, it's not just, and it really is inhumane to treat other human beings as less than what you are. Let me know what you think about this topic, people. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Hello.